welcome back to the Director of Football Non-League to Legend, where we continue, somehow, as Liverpool. It has only been a couple of days since the FA Cup final, but we have the awards being handed out. So this is the overall best 11. Ben Woodburn up front, currently playing for Everton. Never really been prolific, but somehow makes it in ahead of Benayouna, who has been prolific, which is interesting. I don't think there's anybody in the first, Church. I don't think he played. Yeah, he never played before us, so we've brought him in. Gomez, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, Kovacic. Yeah, fair enough. Neira's in, and Omar Benayouna is also after being included after his best season. Adam Lallana, what's he up to? Managing Bradford. Oh, very good. Other than that, what's Dejan Lovren up to? Playing for Mallorca. Best 11, whatever. Chiesa got Player of the Season. Joe Gomez got second, and Trent Alexander-Arnold with third. It's not bad. Paulo Rosso. To be fair, that goal got Goal of the Season. And Young Player of the Season was Benedetti. So let's have a look and see what the Goal of the Season was like. It's back when we had Lamar and Cancelo was still here. Church went to Paulo Rosso. Andy Robertson. Yeah, top bins. Not a bad goal. It's quite nice. Looking at the Team of the Season. Pretty much what you'd expect. I probably would have still had Lamar instead of Bobby Firmino, but, you know, what can you do? Benayouna, top scorer with 37, highest average rating, Chiesa with 7.49. I thought Mo Salah would have had a higher average rating than that. He did. Okay. Most assists, Chiesa with 17. Dallas, 84% pass completion. Mo Salah and Benayouna with the most Man of the Match awards, or Player of the Match. Dallas had 13 yellow cards, and most red cards with Bobby Firmino, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Mo Salah and Omar Benayouna. Season review was terrible. Way below expectations. Don't really care about the where are they now. As you can see, dressing room atmosphere is excellent. Managerial support is excellent. End of season review. We are going to win the title. And again, people randomly go from being relatively happy to super unhappy. I don't understand why that is, but fine. Lamar missed nearly half the season with injury. The most injury prone player was Church, who had 7 injuries. And we're going to give the lads 5 weeks. So that's all the awards done now. So it's just a case of coming back for the transfers. Paulo Rosso did win, I think it was Young Player of the Season, and he got Goal of the Season as well. So he's done quite well this year. I am in no doubt that somebody's going to come and try and sign him. He is on 300k a week, so that's going to limit him to the best of the best, depending on how Bayern do. I think Bayern are the one that are kind of the most interested in him. We'll actually have a look. Yeah, Bayern are the ones that are most interested. If they win the Champions League, then he might end up going there. Benayouna could go to Juventus or Barcelona. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we come back for the transfers. If I end up moving, then Milan have dropped to 3rd in the Serie A. I could have been managing there. We'll come back, and if nothing happens during the season, we'll just go to the transfers at the end or before the start of the season, or we'll be looking at our new players at our new club, which will be pretty nice. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, fellas, summer is done. We are at the first game of the season where we're going to be playing Burnley. We did almost leave Liverpool. We were very, very close. Juventus offered me a job. Well, they offered me an interview, not the job. And went to it, did all the rigmarole. They were like, "Oh, you're underperforming at Liverpool. Why are you underperforming?" Blah, blah, blah. I was favourite. The fans wanted me. I was favourite. The bookies' favourite. I didn't get the job. It was Prandelli who got the job instead. He left CSKA Moscow to take the job. Then CSKA Moscow offered me the job, but I had no interest in going to Russia. Like, why would I want to go to Russia? So I turned that down. But yeah, could have gone to Juventus. Unfortunately, we didn't. Although Bobby Firmino, as you can tell, Bobby Firmino did. He's gone on loan. Just that I start on this page because you can see the odds were favourite. Preston got promoted. I couldn't believe it when I saw Preston won the playoffs. So they come up with Wolves and West Brom. It's going to be an interesting season because Preston have already lost their first game. No, they drew. They played Arsenal. Ooh, we're still insecure, but that's because we have to get those 12. Yeah, it's 12 points. We have to get 12 points in the first 5 games, I think it is. Should be easy enough. If not, I'll be very disappointed. We are expected to win the Premier League. We're expected to reach the final of the Champions League, and we're expected to reach the final of the FA Cup. I could change nothing. They literally said, "This is what you have to do for the season." I think for the Champions League, the only other option was to win it, and the FA Cup, the only other option other than reach the final was win the FA Cup. Like I said, we play Burnley today, but we are going to go through the transfers. My director of football clearly looked at what we struggled with last year when Thomas Lemar went out injured. Spoiler alert, he's still not fully fit. And the fact we lacked an attacking midfielder. So, what my director of football did was sign 3 of them. Journeyman Sorbo from Inter Milan for 76 million. He looks very, very good. 275k is a lot of money, but he's valued 92 million. If we were to sell him right now, we turn profit. They're just after winning the Serie A as well. Comprehensively won the Serie A, so he's coming off a good season. So I thought, that's a good start. The same day, he signed Vasconcelos, who has a bunch of 20s, agility and balance of 20, 19 vision. So he normally plays as an advanced playmaker. I'm probably going to play him as a roaming playmaker or an advanced playmaker in central midfield. He signed for 84 million. He's valued at 97. When he signed for West Ham, as far as I can remember, when I was at Arsenal, we were trying to sign him as well, but he went to West Ham instead, which I found very strange. So I eventually get to use him. Then he signed Benrab, an Algerian winger, who he's really good crossing. He's quite good physicals apart from his jumping reach, but he doesn't have to jump that high. Good work rate as well. I can't register him. We've too many foreign players in the squad. So I've been trying to loan him out, but he has no interest in joining anyone. Porto tried loaning him. Lyon, Toulouse, I think Bayern Munich wanted him. All of them were willing to play him as first team player. He said no. So he's going to be playing for under 23s for the majority of the season. Ethan Laird. This is a strange one. I was like, okay, maybe this is the one weird signing that the director of football does every single season. Like, he's got really good acceleration and pace. His stamina is quite good, but everything else is meh. Like, he's a good utility player. He can play anywhere along the back, so he's handy to have, I suppose. Played last season for Fulham. Other than that, his only Premier League experience, 4 games for United. Back 6 years ago. 5-6 years ago. Definitely not a first choice. Then, just to, because we didn't have enough attacking midfielders as it was, João Felix comes in. Pretty decent player. I've no issues with him. He's going to be playing as my inside forward on the left because, as you'll see you've probably already seen who we've sold. But he comes in, he had a pretty meh season last year. My tactic seems to get the wide players playing well. One of my favourite players who almost signed for me at Arsenal has now joined Liverpool, Arne Meyer, who is... at the start of this game, he's a beast. I don't know what he's going to be like now, but joins us from Juventus, where they paid 14 million for him, and we paid them 55. He looks good. I'm happy. We'll see how he gets on. Or if he doesn't play well, I've plenty of playmakers that can take his place. This is the one that I didn't realise was going to end up being the... Like when he signed, the director of football signed Laird, I didn't expect another awful player. We got one. Rhys Gilly comes in. He's really good determination, quite good teamwork. Other than that, no. Like his handling is fine. Aerial reach is good. Other than that, pretty agile, good jumping reach. You'd want to. He's 6'4". He's a pretty meh kind of player. Couldn't get a game for Cardiff. Joins Liverpool. And then wonder kid, centre back, Wagner. I'm going to call him Wagner. Joins from Flamengo. He had a good season with Sampdoria in Serie B. Probably not ready to step up to Premier League. He's operating at Championship level. He looks like he could be a really good player, so I'm hoping that he does, because 58k for a player who's not really ready, a lot of money. Virgil van Dijk gone to West Ham. He wanted to leave. The director of football accepted a 20.5 million for him. Then Church to Real Madrid for 111 million. That was sad. I was so sad when he left, because he was the best left winger we had, without question, and now he's gone. Nastasic went to Roma for 16 million. That was fine. Bunch of players went out on loan. Bowman came back, said he wanted to move to Germany, so of course he's gone to Mexico. Logical. 7 million quid. Fine by that. Pizarro has gone to Lazio, so he's just going back to Italy after his season loan with Juventus. Mo Salah decided he wanted to leave. He went to Real Madrid for 40 million, and then just a bunch of players went out on loan. Mainly Bobby Firmino to Juventus and Andy Robertson to Real Madrid. Just happened today. Real Madrid have taken 3 of my players. 2 of them are left-sided players. One's a right-footed right player, right winger-footed. One's a human who uses his right foot mostly. No, because he plays inside forward on the right, so he's left-footed. They're all left-footed. Every one of those players are left-footed. So as you can see, we did spend 96 million euro more than we got, but I think the squad is better. I hope the squad is better. They're predicting us to win the league this season, which is something I don't think we had or was expected of us last year. I think we were supposed to, we were top 2. We are bang on favourites to win the league this year. So for the start of the season, like I said, we're playing Burnley now. The team we are putting... actually... I was playing Palaroso as a Mazzala during the friendlies. He was playing quite well. So I'm going to put him in and see how he gets on. So for the first game of this season, we have Manco in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold plays right back with Orlov on the left. Carlos and Benedetti in the centre defence. The back 5, very familiar. It's pretty much the same lot we had last season. Joe Gomez is still kind of recovering from an injury, so I'm just going to leave him sit this one out and see how he gets on for the next game. In central midfield, giving a debut to Meyer and Paulo Rosso alongside him, with an all-new attacking midfield behind the striker. We've João Felix, Sorbo and Lille, who was at AC Milan last season. Played quite well, so might as well throw him in. He's obviously played for Liverpool before, but it's his first game with us in charge, which is super important. So, like I was saying, because I went live by mistake when I hit the stop recording, or hit stop streaming. It stopped me recording as well. Beniuna plays up front again because he scored 37 goals last season. Why wouldn't he play up front? Wagner, Valen Vas Conconsolas is going to sit on the bench with Wagner, and they're the only two actually making their debuts if they come off the bench. Laird has a bit of a knock, so he won't be starting. Lamar still recovering from his injury. Soler is still got a small bit of a knock, and I've brought some of the younger players up to try and help with their growth. So we are going to jump right in to the Burnley game, and we shall see how we do. Eddie Howe is in charge of Burnley now. So this is a very important game, because if we don't get 3 points here, we're definitely going to lose our job. If we don't get 3 points today, we're not going to be keeping our job. So we have 3 debuts today. They have 4 debuts starting, plus however many players are on the bench. Is that Arsenal's? It is. 45 and 20. He's on loan at Burnley this year. I wonder how. I'd be interested to see how he gets on, because he was one I always thought was going to do quite well for himself. We are going to. I'm just going to tell the lads they can, enjoy themselves, play their natural game. It'll all work out in the end. 15 seconds in. Fucking score! Burnley playing the good old 4-4-2. Wolves scored 5 goals in their first game, but they conceded 2. So if we can score 4 goals, top of the league, the lads will be delighted. Granit Xhaka, he's not my adversary. That's Willian Jose. He absolutely hates me. It's brilliant. Arne Meyer, look at that. Ball playing. Paulo Rosso. Dalanas is no longer a box-to-box midfielder. He's now a playmaker. For anyone who's interested. Dalanas over the summer decided he didn't know how to play box-to-box anymore. He can't do a full circle box-to-box anymore. He can do a deep lying playmaker now, which is interesting because I've been asking him to learn how to be a roaming playmaker. But anybody who has Sorbo hits the crossbar. There's a bunch of players who are really, really good playmakers, or would make good playmakers. So they're all learning to be roaming playmakers. Sorbo, what are you doing? Does he have... Looks to pass rather than attempt to score. Do I have shoot more often for him? No. Okay, well I'm going to shoot less often, so. Just, these players can't be trusted to do anything. Paulo Rosso was, according to the season preview, he is one of the 2 best centre-backs in the league. I don't really agree with that, but the media know what they're talking about. Plus, two of my new attacking midfielders are the two best central midfielders in the league. So, maybe they know something I don't. Also, Kovacic picked up a knock. He's out for 3 months. He came to me and said he wanted to leave. The next day, broke his foot. Then complained that I wasn't accepting offers for him, even though nobody was offering to buy him because, obviously, being injured, nobody really wants to buy an injured player. Come on, lads. Sorbo, since I said stop shooting from distance, struggling. Manco. One of the goalkeepers that the director of football went after before he signed Manco was a Chilean playing for Hamburg. He's gone to Leipzig now for 50 million less than my director of football was trying to sign him for. Omar Benayouna, first of the season, took long enough. We've had 8 long shots in this game, probably all Sorbo. But he assists in the first goal for us of the season. Can't really complain too much. Benayouna on the turn. Boom. Surprisingly, nobody actually came in for Benayouna in the summer. I was expecting at least one of the 2 or 3 teams that were interested in him. But for some reason, none of them actually were interested enough to put an offer in for him. Which, I'm not going to complain about. He's a very good striker. I prefer to keep good players at the team. Actually, I haven't looked to see how Arsenal were on the verge of sacking Mourinho at the end of last season. But he's already, fine. No issues with him. I do think it is going to be a case of we're going to get the sack. So we either need to find a way out quickly or stick it out and hope that, it works. Actually, going to play Vasconcelos as a shadow striker and see how he does. Is there anybody? Yo, Felix not playing that well. I'll bring on Chiesa. I'm not afraid to make the big calls. Take off a worldie, bring on a worldie. Benayouna, what a save by Rossi. West Ham are in the Champions League this year because they won the Europa League, beating Borussia Dortmund on penalties. I think the game ended 3-3, and Man City won the Champions League. And because of that, Bayern had also had a bad season in the league, but supposedly they took the biggest hit in world reputation, which I thought was quite interesting that, one bad-ish season, one bad-ish season is enough for their reputation to drop significantly. And ours stayed fairly okay when we'd had one of our worst seasons for a good, 2 or 3 years at least, where we'd been top of the league and fighting constantly. Who is? Go on, Harry Winks. Oh, offside. What? He wasn't offside. How was he not offside? It looked like he was also very offside. No. Camera angle deceived me. Vendetti for Wagner. Because, why the fuck not? Yeah, sure, go on. Work away. Coming on for your debut. Enjoy, buddy. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Whips it all the way across to Orlov. Bombs in. Gets it across. Shocker, but then Paulo Rosso. Oh. Paulo Rosso. So very close. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the throw. Paulo Rosso, you better get there. Wagner. Meyer. Back to Carlos. Into Chiesa. To cut out. Damari Gray. Rossi. Oof. Heavy back pass. Orlov picks it up to Meyer. Vaz. Orlov. Meyer. Paulo Rosso. Beniuna. Turns. Shoots. Ooh, he almost had his hat-trick. Right at the end, we're going to demand some more. Not an overly convincing win, seeing as that we had 34 shots, but only 2 goals. Damari Gray made his competitive debut. Trent Alexander-Arnold's 175th career league appearance. Carlos with his 25th career appearance for Liverpool. Meyer, Sorbo, bunch of players making debuts. Okay. That was a bit of a let-off. We were very lucky that Beniuna was on form today. We do only have 2 strikers technically. 3 if you want to say Beltran is still a striker. At the squad at the minute. Registered to play for us anyway. But I don't. Beltran maybe he could come back into the team as a striker rather than a midfielder, because that's something we don't need anymore now. Is more midfielders. Last year we struggled. This year the director of football's gone mad and just brought in as many midfielders as physically possible. He's still learning to be box to box. Like, he has the attributes to be a really, really good striker, but he struggles. But he's got all the attributes to be a good box to box as well. So I don't know. He was expensive as well. He was very expensive. But yeah, like I said, Kovacic still unhappy. Even though I was signing attacking midfielders, or not I, but we'd signed 2 attacking midfielders when this came about, and he was like, "Oh, why are you trying to replace me?" And I gave, what's his name? What's my director of football's name? Edwards? Yeah, Michael Edwards was just like, "Don't worry about it," and he was like, "Okay, that's fine." Yeah, it's just. We have had a couple of staff changes as well. David Trezeguet came in as a scout from Tottenham. I actually forgot about him. And Richard Stearman came in as the under-18s assistant manager. And last season we got it in Lumberg. And as I said, Dirk Out, who seems to be doing alright. Anyway, let's have a look and see when we're going to be coming back. We come back for the group draw. And then maybe for the first group stage game, and then Man City. Sound like a plan? I think it sounds like a plan. Yeah, so we're not jumping ahead too far. And who knows, maybe we'll have a new job by then. Seriously doubt it's too early in the season. But anyway, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you came to the stream that I accidentally had, then make sure you leave a like as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!